Hello everyone and welcome to I Know You Know, your one-stop knowledge sharing platform for all things careers, life after high school, as well as opportunities that are available to you. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. As you've seen by the title, we will be discussing practical ways of how to start the academic year right. Now, this is a new segment for I Know You Know. Over and above discussing careers, opportunities that are available to you, we will now be bringing you practical tips on how to succeed on whichever journey that you're on, whether it's schooling or work, whatever it may be. And in particular, today we'll be focusing on schooling and how to start the academic year right. And some of the things you can look forward to is tips for exam success, how to study effectively, and so forth, just to empower you to succeed in your own journey. Because over and above what I know and what you know, what is also important is what we do. And so we will be plugging into that and assisting you on that part of the journey as well. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So why is it important to start the year right? Now, when you're forecasting the upcoming year, it can seem like you have a whole bunch of time ahead of you. But we all know better, because very soon you'll be within exam stress, out here drinking 3 Red Bulls. Oh, what? Not cool. So we don't want that to happen to you. And so that's why you need to stick around and find out 3 big tips of how to start your year off on the right foot. So the first thing you need to do to start the year off right is to get a sense of the end goal. Now, what this means is know what is expected to you at the very end. Now, sometimes we tend to get into things and we want to take it like one day at a time. Let's see what this chapter has. Let's see what that chapter has. But what that doesn't allow you to do is for your mind to wrap around what expectations you have for the term or for the semester. And knowing what's expected of you from the beginning can double up and give you a whole lot of confidence because you know what you're gunning for. So the idea is that you know exactly what's expected of you. This means knowing what your assignments will probably look like, knowing what your tests and exams will be expecting of you. And we literally mean that you must actually go and look at examples. The first thing you can do is to search for past papers. A lot of courses typically have folders, files, and resources that you can look through to find past exam papers. And this can be found on your portal, your university portal, or you can actually ask people that have been through the course that have some files to share. Speaking of people, number 2 would be to ask people that are in higher grades or levels than you, who have actually gone through that course or done that subject, to help guide you on what the expectation is. This will further empower you to study with an intention, knowing exactly what the expectation is. Number 3 is to speak to your lecturers or teachers and ask them for tips on how to succeed in that course or subject throughout the year. By knowing what's expected of you, you can feel a sense of control over the upcoming semester instead of going into it not knowing what to expect and possibly feeling like you might be a bit lost or you don't understand what's happening. Knowing what to expect can give you a sense of control as well as confidence in the work that you're doing and in the work that you're putting in every day, because you know what you're working towards. This will empower you to know how big the problem is. And one of 2 things can happen when you familiarize yourself with what the end goal is. It's either you realize how easy it is, so that's great, keep going. Or you realize just how difficult it is and how much work there is to do. That's great still, because you have time. Unlike finding out a week before the exam exactly what's expected, and now you realize there's a whole bunch of work to do and you only have a week. So by doing this, you allow yourself the time between day 1 and day exam to actually prepare and put yourself in the right position to actually succeed in your studies. The second tip of how to start the year off right is to consult and ask for help early. Now, we all know the week before the exam, everyone is queuing somewhere to get help. But this is not it, guys, because no matter how much help you get the week before, it might not be enough to cover the gaps that you might have. And so the second tip we have for you is to ask for help early. Now, what this looks like is actually staying behind after classes or lectures to actually ask questions of something that went over your head during the lecture. Now, this will help you get the information in bite sizes, but also it will show your dedication to understanding the fundamentals early on. So your asking is not rooted in, I just want to pass and go I just want to pass. But it's actually rooted in, I actually want to understand. Yes, so that I can succeed, but I'm actually interested in understanding. The second thing you can do in terms of seeking help early is to go to your lecturer consultation sessions, which they set up. So some lecturers will actually set up a time slot where they say, I'm available from 12 to 1 on a daily basis. If you have any question, come to my office. Or you can ask your tutors who would also communicate a similar thing to say, this is when I am available to assist you. Or you can attend tutorials and ask the question in the tutorials. But the point is, make use of those consultation times, because that is an opportunity for you to gain understanding. And once again, it's a little bit easier to ask about a section than to ask for 5 chapters. The reason why this tip is effective is because, firstly, people are more willing to help you when they can see that you are actually serious about getting the knowledge and about getting help. And nothing screams serious like asking for help early. Secondly, it's easier, like I said, to gain and understand bits of information than to try and cram a whole chapter. Lastly, asking for help along the way can actually help you get better at asking for help as well. Think about it this way. If someone says, I don't understand anything, you're a little bit less likely to help them. But if someone says, I've done this and this and this, please explain to me this portion, or this is where I have gaps. It's a little bit easier, even as the person that is helping, to be able to assist the person. And so please, please, please do ask for help early on in your year. The third and final tip is to work with others. Collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. Now, what this looks like is having WhatsApp groups, having study groups, doing whatever it takes to come together with the people that are pursuing the same goal as you, which is to succeed in the subject or the course, and doing work with them and working together. You'll actually learn that the top students in different classes only look like they're competing, but in truth, what is happening behind the scenes is that they actually compare past papers together. They have groups where they share essays and they share tips and studies. They go to tutors together. They make time outside of class to actually come together and review past papers, review past questions, and actually discuss how they would approach certain questions. So please make it a point to work with others. Now on this, be very, very careful of actually joining in with others and then proceeding to not pull in your weight. When you're working with others, make sure that you're contributing significantly to the group as well. And the flip side of that coin is also to be very firm and assertive with people who are in the group and aren't also pulling their weight. Make sure to be firm and discuss and actually hold people accountable also to contributing equally, because the challenge with working together is that it can actually be ruined if people do not contribute equally. So yes, work with others and collaborate as much as possible. So there it is, guys. Those are 3 big tips on how to start your year off right. The first thing is to know what your end goal is. Familiarize yourself with the content before you even start getting into it. Secondly, ask for help early. Make sure you take advantage of those lecturer consultation sessions and the availability of your tutors and teachers. The third thing is to collaborate with others and work to bring each other success. And there it is, guys. I hope this video was helpful to you. Please let us know how these tips are working, if you're going to implement them, or any other tip you have of starting the year off right. Remember, guys, subscribe to our channel, like this video if it was helpful to you, and also subscribe to our Instagram page, because that's where you can also request videos, answer some of the questions that we might have, and interact and engage with the I Know You Know team. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you in the next one. Bye.